I did it. We're live, Dave. I hope your hat is straight and you're
It,
happy with
it's
your
is
glasses.
it straight? Is it a little crooked?
It's beautiful.
Ooh, makeup just got out here just in time. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
I have to turn on the intro music because Dave is not quite
No, don't turn on
ready.
yet.
Well,
Wait till
you were fixing your face and your glasses and your hair and
I was not. Stop. I literally got here like 30 seconds ago. I barely made it in time.
I've been working on this for 3. I gave up my actually working on my work so I could work on this tonight, and when I'm done with this show, I have like a lot of work to do. So I'll be up late
Wow.
burning the candle at both ends tonight.
Well, I just we were just talking a minute
it.
ago, and I just told Tony Ann that she looked really good tonight. I mean, you always look good, but you just look rested, and you know.
Can you see
look, no, it's not the shirt. No, shirt doesn't have anything to do with
Monorail tails.
But yeah, maybe you should get the Rona more often.
Okay, thanks. I didn't have
maybe
the
Rona. Because you're
I
rested.
had cachapas. I had a case of the cachapas. Okay. We're not calling it that.
Cachapas, the Rona, the Great Unpleasantness. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, it went through my house
Rachel,
with a vengeance. And I think
Holly's here. Rick Forbes, Samantha Kuhn, Holly Austin, Heidi Rose, Karen Zietman, Deidre Watts, Rebecca. Wow. Oh, Deidre, I hope you're feeling better.
Dave,
Rebecca
everybody
Rudin.
came to see you.
Oh, my double. Look, Rebecca Rudin's here, my double.
Oh, okay.
Will the real Rebecca Rudin please stand up?
It's not you.
No, that's not me. What's up, Amanda?
I really hope you can get into Epcot for Cosmic Rewind.
If I don't, I'm going to call her directly and tell her to get herself down there and get things straightened out. Oh, Rebecca.
Whatever.
If Karen would just make me a flatty face with Rebecca's face on it, maybe I can slide right in. They won't even notice.
Exactly. Yep.
I just go right through.
So tonight we're going to talk
and I'll put my finger on the booger thing.
Booger
thing. Everybody puts their booger finger on there.
Okay.
Anyway, okay. I digress. Go ahead.
I don't use my booger finger for that. My booger finger.
What do you use for your booger finger? The little one, or you use the big? This one. Which one do you use?
So, David, tonight's show is about all the ways that Disney has found to get extra money out of you. It's called Enchanting Extras. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good way to expand your horizons, try some things you've never done at Disney. So if you're the kind of person who's been there as often as we have, these are little extras. Some of them are pricey. Some of them are actually modestly priced, and we're going to talk about that. Some of the things are under $40. These extras, some even under 20. So we'll and some are over 200. So we'll see. We'll talk about that.
Oh, I feel so much better now that Rebecca is going to get me.
She's working on it. She's on the job.
Straight call right to Rebecca. Rebecca, make this happen, please. Do I need to call Chapek or no? Just bypass Chapek and go right to Rebecca. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you, Rebecca.
You ready for some intro music?
Yeah, let's do it.
That video has the real Festival of the Lion King in it. It has footage with the aerialist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Deirdre's feeling better. I'm feeling better too. I actually went back to work, and I didn't feel like I had to come home and take a nap today. So, all right. So,
Yeah, totally, Samantha. Oh.
the enchanting extras are ways to plus up your trip. Some of the most obvious ways to plus up your trip are with the many ways to see fireworks, the enhanced fireworks viewing. And Magic Kingdom has several different fireworks parties. Some people get confused by the different options, so I'm going to go down them with you. The fireworks dessert parties. The first one is called Treats and Seats. This is my friend Bryson at a Treats and Seats party on New Year's Eve. That's why he has a hat. But this is where you sit in the Tomorrowland Terrace, right there by the railing, like Bryson is, and you get to have your desserts and stay seated and watch the fireworks from there. And that runs $114 per adult, $69 per child. And that is the one where you stay seated at Tomorrowland Terrace. One of the problems with this show I've heard is that the projections, you're off to the side, so the projections are not, your view of the projections are not great. But people that have been there tell me what you think. Amanda says the food was good. This is the food that they're currently offering. These pictures are from Amy Rhodes, and Amy Rhodes was there for Easter. So this is a pretty current picture of the food being served. She went to either the after show or the before show. So there's, other than Treats and Seats, there are two other shows. One of them is the Enchantment after fireworks show, and then there's the Enchantment before fireworks party. After fireworks party, before fireworks party. Basically, you decide if you're going to eat your dessert before the fireworks go off, or after the fireworks go off. Those shows are $99 each, and the viewing, this is a picture from Happily Ever After, but the viewing is from the hub grass in front of the plaza. It's a roped off area on the plaza side of the hub, and you watch there. If you do the after party, you go down to the hub grass into the the area that's roped off for party goers, and you stake out your spot and you wait and you watch the show, and then they escort you over to Tomorrowland Terrace, which was kind of a cluster for us because we did the after party, and getting through the crowd and trying to stay together as a group because we're being escorted was kind of a mess. I have to be honest with you. But the benefit to that for us was we got to eat our dessert after the show while everybody else was leaving the park. If you want to eat your dessert first, maybe you have young kids, and then go down to the fireworks viewing area, you can do that. But all of us that are doing the after show have already staked out our spots. So you might want to keep that in mind. So
that was a picture of our in-laws.
Yeah, that's our in-laws. Mm-hmm. This was Happily Ever After, but it's the same deal. And that's $99 a person. And the one that Amanda did where she stayed seated is $114 a person. So you've got to decide what's important to you, whether you want to just stay seated and watch from there, or if you're going to walk down to the grass. And when you've only got a small family, that's maybe something that's not a really big undertaking. It's expensive. It's $99 a person. It's an undertaking. I mean, you're not going to get $99 worth of dessert, especially you, Dave.
Mm-mm.
It
wouldn't be good for me.
No. I mean, and I know when we went, there were a couple of savory items, some cheese and crackers, and they had cheeseburger egg rolls when I went. They do have alcohol now. They didn't have alcohol when we went, and I don't think it was much cheaper when we went. I think the price has not changed much, but they are now offering some alcohol, as you can see. But so we decided we're going with 10 people, 8 to 10 people in June. So we decided for that money, because it's that would be $100 a person. That we're talking almost $1,000 if we go with 8 people, 1,000 if we go with 10. We've decided just to get our own. Nope, that's not it. We've just decided. Nope, that's not it.
Those
I
look
promise
good,
you,
though.
it's
Whatever
there. We're getting our own specialty cruise, fireworks cruise. We're getting a pontoon boat that holds up to 10 people. And the whole pontoon boat is $399. It came to $424 with tax. So that's for 10 people, about $40 a person. Now you don't get the desserts, but we already decided that the desserts weren't really all that. You get some snacks. I've seen pictures. You get chips, you get some cookies and stuff, and you get soft drinks. But you're allowed to bring your own. You're allowed to bring your own snacks if you want to bring a cake, a birthday cake, or a charcuterie board, or if you want to bring alcohol, you can, as long as it's not in glass. So we're gonna do that, and we'll probably bring our own food, our own snacks and our own drinks.
Maybe
Like
some
I said,
public subs. Hey,
yeah,
hey.
yeah, soft drinks and some light snacks are included, and that's $399. And they take you out on the water. This is in front of Magic Kingdom. They also do it from the Yacht and Beach Club, where that marina is. They take you to watch Harmonious if you want to do that. If you remember our fireworks party from G3, at G3, there were boats right next to where we were hanging out, where our party was under the bridge. There were a couple of pontoon boats, and those people paid $399 to do that. So that's an option. If you don't want to, if you have a bigger group, it gets pricey when you're talking about $99 a person for these parties.
No, I love the idea of the private boat. To me, that's more intimate, and for our little, our group, I think it's going to be nice.
Now, Scott and Karen did. I'm sorry, Michael's talking over me. I'm gonna have to call Rich, I think. Scott and Karen did the Fairy Tale fireworks cruise, and I was supposed to do that this weekend with my mom before I got sick. This one runs $90, and it's $75 if you have annual pass discounts or DVC discounts. Hey, Michael, Scott said hi. He just said hey. He must not be feeling good. Stop. There you go. Thanks a lot, Scott. Scott. Who's in that picture with Scott? Karen. Karen. Scott. The thing Scott and Karen told me was that there were Photopass photographers on. This is, I think, the General Joe Potter. It's one of the ferry boats. They take a whole boat that they take it out of commission for a few hours, and they set up this dessert party on the boat. There's alcohol, there's beer and wine. There's 2 mixed drinks, I believe, Scott said, that are kind of pre-mixed, and some desserts. And there were Photopass photographers. And so the Photopass photographer told them, hold it until the fireworks went on behind them, and then got the good shot. So that's nice, having the Photopass photographer, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Capture those moments, Tony Ann, if you will. Just
those
precious moments at Disney.
Absolutely. So if you want to watch Harmonious in style, and you don't have 100 of your best friends to have a private party with, you could do the pontoon boat, as we mentioned. There's the one that parks underneath the bridge right next to where we had our party. Or you can do a dinner package. There are 2 dinner packages currently being offered. The first one is at Rose and Crown. It's $89 a person. You sit outside on the deck, and it includes 1 appetizer, 1 entree, a dessert platter, and unlimited beverages. That's $89 per adult, $39 per child. Obviously, you have to be over 21 if you want those beverages to be a little alcoholic. So that's, when you think about the fact that they're charging $99 for this, and they're only charging $89 for an actual dinner with appetizer, entree, and dessert, and alcohol, I think that's a better deal. But these are very hard to come by. You've got to be on the computer early in the morning grabbing these. Spice Road Table has one as well. It's $72 per person, and each person is entitled to order 2 small plates, and then there's a dessert platter, and that also has unlimited beverages, including alcoholic beverages if you're over 21. $72 per adult, $31 per child. That's a pretty good deal, because we ate at Spice Road Table 2 weekends ago, and Scott and Karen and I, we ordered like 3 things for the 3 of us, where this would be 6 things for the 3, because every person is entitled to 2 entrees, 2 tapas, and the dessert platter. So that'd actually be a lot of plates, I would think. What was Rachel saying about the Spice Road Table experience?
It was one of her best experiences she's ever had.
Yeah. So that's a fancy way to watch the fireworks from Epcot. One more that's not talked about a whole lot. We have that book for our anniversary trip in June. That must be Judy, because they're doing Rose and Crown. Judy's doing Rose and Crown. Hey, Catherine. One more that's not talked about a whole lot is the celebration at the top, which is up at California Grill in one of the side rooms. I think it's the Napa room. They do this, I think, 2 nights a week. And it is, I can't see the pricing because you have Rachel's comment over the pricing.
Wait, hang on. Karen, let's get rid of Karen.
It's $129 per person. And it's in the Napa room. You start off with some appetizers. You've got that's sushi, Mike. Mike's pointing at the sushi. And there's sliders and bao buns, and so that type of it's like a cocktail party basically. And then there's an open bar. Oh, Michael.
And when I said let's get rid of Karen, I meant that in a loving way, Karen. Somebody's calling Dad.
He's being very loud tonight. Yeah, so it's like a cocktail party. It's an open bar. And then after the cocktail party, the hors d'oeuvres are over. You go out and watch the fireworks out on one of the observation decks at California Grill. And after the fireworks, you come back in, and there's a whole dessert platter. And if you could look at these desserts, you see they're a little bit more fancy, more plussed up. That these are the desserts that they're showing for California Grill versus the ones that they're showing for Magic Kingdom. Those are the Magic Kingdom desserts. Yeah. And these are the California Grill desserts. So they're a little fancier. I think it's a good deal. It's got an open bar, $129 a person. And it's really a cocktail party with real, hors d'oeuvres, nice viewing of the fireworks, and some fancy schmancy desserts afterwards.
Yeah.
So I would really like to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael agrees.
He's like half a man. He's half missing.
He's got a green Disney Crush shirt on. So he's floating.
Part invisible man right now. He's got like a head. If he moved back, it would just be his head.
It says Cabana, Michael. It says Cabana.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Hey,
hi, y'all. I don't know who the Facebook user is. So that is the Enchanted Extras as far as fireworks go.
So.
All right.
So.
Here's some Enchanted Extras over at Disney Springs. We've got Drawn to Life, Lanuba. Lanuba was Cirque du Soleil's Drawn to Life. And that show, depending on your seating, is going to run you between $85 and $185 for your tickets per person. And they do 2 shows a night. This is something else that Judy's doing for her anniversary. If you don't want to spend $185 for a ticket, something a little bit cheaper would be to do the Aerophile, which is $25 a person. And it's actually a little cheaper. If you go in the morning, I think it's $20 a person. I've actually scored Groupon. I got a deal with $11 a ticket on Groupon once, but I haven't seen that since COVID. So you have to keep your eyes open.
And that's over in Disney Springs.
Yeah, and it's really cool. It goes up. The thing you have to be aware of, he's really howling tonight. I'm going to call Dad. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. Tony Ann is taking care of Michael. Tony Ann, you are pretty in pink. It's me. Okay, Amy. Okay, Facebook user. Amanda Bond, I am still ticked about not getting a cabana at Beach Club. Oh, I didn't hear that story. I wanted to live my best cabana life like Mandy. Oh, well, we just talked to Mandy right before the show. Kurt surprised Margarita with tickets to Cirque du Soleil during our June anniversary trip. They're coming with us. Cool. I don't think I've ever seen that show. How did you fix it, Amy? I don't know. We need to know that story. What's going on with that? We need to know. So Disney Springs is a place to be. I heard they got some good sushi over there too in the bowling alley at Splitsville. So you could always do that too. Amy said I clicked on the link in the post and just click allow. Okay. I can't hear you, Tony. Get your name to show up. Facebook user.
Sorry, I muted myself. One more thing I want to talk about at Disney Springs is the amphicars over at the boathouse. These are $125, but we figured out.
Never done it.
Yeah.
Never done it.
We figured out that if you eat at Boathouse and spend at least $50 at Boathouse, you get, I think, $25 off. So we were seriously thinking about it for the April trip, but it just didn't happen. So Kathy won't do the boat. I mean the balloon. That was what I was talking about before Michael came on. The thing about the balloon is, depending on the wind, it may not be going that day. A lot of times it's closed because of wind. And it's not necessarily wind you can feel down on the ground. It's the wind up in the sky. So if the wind levels are high, they will not fly the balloon. And the wind levels will affect how high the balloon can go up on any given day. So depending on, you might not go as high as you did the last time if it's windier. So you have to keep that in mind. So, yeah. Let's talk about a couple of extras in the parks. Hollywood Studios. We've got the Build a Droid. That's running $99, I believe. And you can make your reservation 60 days in advance. And I just want to double check. Don't want to mislead anyone.
You've never seen the balloon up? See, it's like every time I'm there, it's up.
Yeah. So you could build, it's $99 to build your droid, and a carrying box and instructions are included. They recommend three and up. The experience is limited to one builder and one guest. At least one of those people must be 14, and only one builder is allowed to build the droid. So you're building one droid, but two people will go. And then you've got Sabi's Workshop, which is a similar situation, but it's the lightsabers, and it's more money. And our friends, we have friends that have built several of them. This one starts at $219 to build your lightsaber. It includes one hilt, two sleeves, two emitters, two pummel caps. Oh no, you can pick one pummel. You pick one, and two sets of activation plates and switches. And it says pick one set. So I'm sure that Scott can explain what all that means. It's $299. and it comes with a case. When they have a case, it just says carrying case included. Whether or not it's a plastic bag or an actual carrying case is up to Disney, because that apparently a plastic bag counts as a carrying case. And you can get additional customization items at Doc Endar's Den of Antiquities.
Hey, Hanover. I mean, Steve. Yeah.
This is the Hanover show. This is all the stuff Hanover has come up with to gouge people out of more money. And apparently Holly is making a list of the extras she wants to do. Now, Holly, your family is big now. So like we were talking about the fireworks, you're up a family of 5. You don't want to pay $99 a person, $500 for fireworks. I'm telling you, you should think about doing one of these specialty cruises. And then if you could get
more Steve, good thing.
I've actually heard of people sharing
about Guardians.
I've heard about people sharing these cruises where they get another family to split it with them. So Steve's heard of Guardians?
Yeah, Steve, it's we've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to see it myself.
I think you might have a little trouble with your
vertigo.
Your vertigo. I'm a medical professional. This is what I call it.
Thing that you might have a problem with that thing.
Elizabeth, she liked Nomad Lounge. Good. I'm glad you did.
We're finding new lounges every time we go, so we'll keep you updated on the new ones as we continue on our trips to Disney.
We just actually, Monorail Tales, we just recorded a show talking about lounges and bars at Walt Disney World, because I'm such a drinker. I don't know.
Yeah, Samantha and Rebecca, they need to do that. I know Daniel Ginger, I think he did his 3rd one this last trip, when he was there.
Let's talk about extras at Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom has...
He told me he was trying to keep up with Scott Daves on how many he had.
Animal Kingdom has a number of tours, and the pricing varies because it goes from very, very economical, under $40, to kind of extravagant. So this is where the tours usually start. It's over. You might have seen this stand right before you get to the safari. That's my mom standing. We're waiting for the elephant tour in this picture. So let's talk about the elephant tour. I did Caring for Giants with my mom. Currently, it's $35 a person. There was, I believe, an annual pass holder discount at the time. So I think it came out to less than $30 when we did it. And we got to go backstage. We went in a little truck into the back behind. We're kind of on the back side of the safari. And we got up close to the elephants. And it was really a cool experience.
Well, Amy, she made out. They had a professional photographer and a private dessert party at the Germany Pavilion in Epcot, and they took a big group picture and candid shots, as well as shots during the fireworks. They were super cute. How cool was that?
We're talking about getting a photographer for the next G3 party. Mandy and I are already on it. So, the elephant tour is several times a day. There's several of them. They go out morning and afternoon. One tour that's only once a day and is a little harder to book. It's pretty easy to book the elephant tour, Caring for Giants. The Rhino Tour is a little bit more difficult to book because it's only once a day and it's a small group, and that's $45 a person. Our friends just did it 2 weeks ago. So this is a group of rowdy people that went on the Rhino Tour. And I have now booked this tour twice with my mother and had to cancel both times. The first time was the Great Unpleasantness, and the second time was my Great Unpleasantness last weekend. So I'm really psyched to finally go do this tour. Hey, Christine. So again, this is a reasonable tour. This tour is an hour, and you get up close with the rhinos. I know you get to pet the rhino. That's one of the things. It's a completely backstage tour. So
you get to pet the rhino?
You get to pet the rhino, yes. So they said they pet Dylan. They met Dylan, the rhino. Oh, Dugan. They met Dugan. I'm reading it wrong. A little bit more pricey tour is the Wild Africa Trek. And that tour also runs several times a day. That one is the one you see when you're on the safari. You see the people walking over you on the rickety rope bridge.
Yeah. Is there an age limit to the tours, Tony?
Most of the tours start at 16, but I think these tours, the animal tours, are less. I can check right now. I can pull it up real easy for you and tell you, because I think there were kids on the elephant tour when I went on Caring for Giants. Now my computer doesn't.
14 people go on the tour. It's about $40. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Caring for
I've
Giants.
never been on it.
Caring for Giants. It says the age limit. Caring for Giants say guests must be 4 years or older to participate in Caring for Giants. So every tour is going to be a little different, because I know we're going to talk a little bit later about Keys to the Kingdom. That tour you have to be 16. So every tour is going to be a little different, and so you'll have to keep that in mind. The Wild Africa Trek is what we're talking about now. Sorry, I'm a little off my...
Yeah, Lorelei would love that, Amy said. I'll bet she would.
She would, and it's not that expensive. Wild Africa Trek starts at $199. It runs 8:45, 10:15, 11:45, and 12:30. So there's 4 tours a day. You walk along a grass path, cross a rope bridge, ride a safari truck over the savannah, a chance to view African creatures up close, including giraffes, rhinos, hippos, and crocodiles. This tour includes complimentary photo service. So you're going to get that picture of you crossing the bridge like that lady. And you also get a small meal. It's like one of those tiffin boxes, you know, those metal lunch pails that you see. And there's kind of like finger sandwiches, curried chicken salad, hummus and pita and little pitas, a few shrimp, a smoked salmon with dill, charcuterie like aged beef and prosciutto, some fruit. So that's included in the $199. That tour, you have to be at least 8 years old and at least 48 inches tall to participate. So, you gonna do that, Dave? The Wild Africa Trek?
No, I'll just go on the safari ride.
Rich did a great job keeping Michael.
Sandwich. I'll do a sub sandwich and just bring Uncle Dave's water and go on the safari trip. The safari ride. Oh, she's back and she's got her name now.
Hi, Judy.
You're official now.
One that we don't hear a lot about is the Saber the Savannah tour. And that is, no, that's not it. Saber the Savannah, which is $174 a person. It runs at 3:15 and 4:30 at night. And this one, you're going to go backstage on the Savannah. And then it's kind of like the cocktail hour that we talked about at California Grill. It's more, I guess, African. It's inspired cocktails, not cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, some charcuterie, that kind of thing is what I understand. It's light plates, and then there's offerings of beer and wine. So it's not like a dinner, but it's probably enough for us the way we eat, small plates. It's $174 and it takes you backstage on the Savannah. So yeah. You see you have like a viewing platform and you're kind of right in there with the animals. So now it's almost 2 weeks ago now, Trey and I were at Kidani Village waiting for our Uber, and we saw a truck pull up, and it was a safari vehicle. It was a different kind of truck. It was higher, and it was outside Kidani Village, picking people up. They go twice a night. It's the Starlight Safari at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. And they take you out with night vision goggles on the safari truck, $89 a person, leaving from Kidani Village. Guests will be provided night vision goggles. You'll be astounded what you can see: zebras, giraffes, wildebeest, and antelopes, plus ostriches and over 20 other African species at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. So that, like I said, that truck leaves from Kidani Village, though. So you've got to get to Kidani Village. Now, these are the things that are currently being offered. I'm only talking about things that are currently being offered. So at Magic Kingdom, you can still do the Keys to the Kingdom tour. That's currently running $114 per person. Discounts may apply. You may be DVC, Disney Visa, and AP. You've got to ask. I've been on this tour now 4 times. This is the first time I went. I was pretty young the first time I went on the Keys to the Kingdom tour. It's the only picture I've got of me on the Keys to the Kingdom tour. And that tour takes you backstage at Magic Kingdom. I've done this a couple times, so the current variation may differ from what they're doing, what I've experienced, because every time I've done it, it's been slightly different. I've usually ridden Jungle Cruise, Haunted Mansion, Pirates. I've ridden at least 2 rides, but the 2 rides have varied based on what's open and what's happening, and it includes lunch. I've eaten lunch at Columbia Harbor House and Tomorrowland Terrace, but I think right now they're doing lunch at Pecos Bills. So, like I said, they switch things up depending on what's happening. So when I arrived at City Hall to sign up, they had the menu there of what's available for lunch, and you pick what you want right then and there at 9:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then when you get to the lunch, your lunch is waiting for you. I think it ended. We went down the Utilidor and saw some backstage things. And when we came up, the parade was happening. And so we had like VIP viewing of the parade, if I remember correctly, of how it ended. But like I said, your mileage may vary because this tour has changed based on what Disney needs to do at that any given time. So that's currently the only tour they're technically running at Magic Kingdom, but there are VIP tours available, like the one, and we talked about the VIP tour a few weeks ago on the show. VIP tours are available, but there's a very special VIP tour, Dave. Did you know that our VIP tour was not the Mac Daddy VIP tour?
Yeah, I probably figured that one out.
You figured that one out, that we didn't have the best VIP tour?
We didn't get to rush right up front. No, we had to stand in line for lightning lane with everybody else.
So the 50th anniversary VIP tour, it's running, I think it starts at $6,500, and so $6,500. It's a maximum of 6 people. It starts at the Contemporary, and they walk you through the Contemporary. They talk about the architecture there. You start off the trip with a champagne toast, and then they take you by boat on the Seven Seas Lagoon and take you to the Magic Kingdom. So it's just you and the other 6 people and your tour guide. Then you go to Cinderella Castle for a tour of the Cinderella Castle suite, which not everybody gets to do. You have lunch at Be Our Guest, and then it says they take you to some favorite attractions. So unlike our tour where we kind of told the tour guide what we wanted to do, this tour, they have a set itinerary of what they do. So they take you on a few favorite attractions. I'm sure it depends on crowds and what's available that day. Then you take the monorail to Epcot with your tour guide. You have a treat at the Space 220 Lounge, and then they take you on Remy's Ratatouille adventure. And it says At the end of your trip, you'll take the skies one last time as your VIP tour guide gives you a finale moment befitting a magical day. So I don't know what that finale moment is, but it's yeah. $6,500 is what it is.
Could you get that book for us, please, for the June trip?
Oh, okay. Yeah, six. So it's 6 people. So it's more than $1,000 a person, not including the tip, which you have to give the tour guide a tip, right? So. So right now, that's the tours that they're doing. Those are the tours they're doing right now. The ones at Animal Kingdom that we talked about, the Keys to the Kingdom, and the VIP tours is basically the tours they're doing right now. There are some other extra little things you can do. Some of our friends have talked about how much they enjoyed Sangria University at Coronado Springs. This happens, I think, 2 days a week. It's $59 a person. It includes various sangria tastings, and then you get to make your own sangria. And I believe you get chips and guac. You get a little chips and guac to try. It's actually, our friends have said it's one of the best bargains on Disney property because you look how many alcoholic drinks you're getting for $59.
Yeah, we've heard that a lot.
Yeah. So there's also another experience similar to this at La Cava. The La Cava experience.
Shout it out, Samantha. Shout it out. Best deal on the property.
The La Cava experience is more pricey. La Cava experience is $150 a person, and it's a tequila tasting, and they talk about the various tequilas, and they give you some again chips and guac. It does not include a full meal. It says you have to be over 21, obviously, to taste the tequilas. But I don't think that's as good a deal as this for $59. And so this happens. The Sangria University happens at Three Bridges. Now, over the years, we've had you've seen at various resorts they did like different art projects. I know when I stayed at the boardwalk, they were painting wine glasses. So things like that you may see happening at the resorts, by the pools, whatever the recreation department is doing. There used to be an activity at the Contemporary where you painted a ceramic castle up at California Grill. I checked into it. They are not currently doing that, but there is a painting class, very cheap, very reasonable, at Coronado Springs. They do it at Toledo. It's the Colors of Coronado Painting. It's $35. So it's kind of like one of these painting with a twist experiences. It says, join us for a 2-hour class facilitated by local artists. You'll pick up a brush and follow along as we color a canvas with a theme design. So for $35, you're getting an 11 by 14 piece of art to take home and bring to your friends. So that's $35. And then at the Barcelona Lounge for $25, they do mosaic art 1 day a week. So I think that's a 12 by 12 mosaic tile, Barcelona Lounge on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 1 to 3. So, but that's the only one that I could find right now. I looked into the one they used to do at the Contemporary, and they're not doing it right now. So if you're staying at Coronado, this would have been something.
Picture back on me, please. Picture back on me. Thank you, Steve. There's the whole, you can see him. I'll make your shirt. It's for Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
This would have been good for Deirdre when she was at Coronado by herself to do one of these events. So I checked into it, Karen. It said it wasn't, but it might, they don't put these things on out there a lot. So you can call tomorrow and they might be doing it. But when I looked last night, they said they weren't. So I don't know. Of course, I take all my advice from the moms panel. One of the fun places to go for activities, as our friends said, what are you doing? Is that vulgar? Is that like, Steven Tyler?
No, that was
I got a great
sign of my
idea.
brother.
Oh, okay. Now I'm going to get banned.
Well, I could do that, and he would know what I'm talking about.
All right. Horseback
Or I
riding.
could do this.
Didn't Brianna, I'm not even putting the screen on you. Didn't Brianna do the horseback riding at Fort Wilderness? Why do I remember your daughter doing this?
I think Brianna did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. Here you go, Steve-O.
Horseback riding from
better to be weird.
The horse barn at Fort Wilderness. And everybody knows about the Wilderness Back Trail Adventure, $90 a person, as made famous by the wilderness explorers themselves. That's a 2-hour trip minus 30 minutes of training. So it's a 90-minute trip, I guess, and 30 minutes of training on the segways. And that is $90 a person. And our friends had a great time. Also available at Fort Wilderness and Port Orleans, Riverside, are the carriage rides. $55. It's a 25-minute ride. There's several. It starts at like 5:30 at night and they go until 9:30 at night. Our friends, the Devlins, have gone from both Port Orleans, so that's a fancy schmancy carriage, and Fort Wilderness. Fort Wilderness, if you go at Halloween or Christmas time, you get to go around and you'll see the different campsites where people have decorated for the holidays, for Halloween and Christmas. So that's nice. And, Port Orleans is beautiful, the grounds. So, and it's really not expensive. It's $55. Carriage holds up to 4 adults or 2 adults and 3 small children. That's something romantic to do. Samantha, I guess
Chris, something you and Rich should do.
I think Chris owes Samantha a carriage ride. Apparently. There's fishing excursions. Fishing excursions are happening from various marinas around property. It's catch and release. So you're not fishing for your dinner. So it says Fort Wilderness, Caribbean Beach, Contemporary, Grand Flow, Old Key West, Polynesian, Port Orleans, Wilderness Lodge, and Yacht Club. They have 2.
And if you know anything about fresh fishing in Florida, you're going to catch probably some decent fish in those lakes out there.
Yeah, these lakes are
some nice
stocked.
largemouth bass. Yeah. They're stocked, but they catch and release only. So the chances of catching a nice, 5-6 pound bass is probably pretty good.
They have 2-hour and 4-hour excursions, and if available, an extra hour may be added in person at the marina. It accommodates up to 5 guests, and it comes with an experienced guide, a rod and reel, tackle, artificial and or live bait. The nitro boats will hold 3 people and do not offer live bait. Non-alcoholic
if I could be so bold as to
only.
Probably recommend go with live bait. That's just
then you can't go on the nitro boat. So, I'm not even going to joke. I'm not even going to try to act like I know anything about the golf at Disney. You need to talk to my friend at the Mickey File podcast about golf at Disney. I know that Scott golfs at Disney. Mandy's husband Chris has golfed at Disney. Jen Batchelder has golfed at Disney. So any of those people, if you know them, reach out to them. If you don't know them, reach out to me and I will get you in touch with them if you have any questions about golfing at Disney.
Hitting a little white ball and chasing it all day.
Yeah, but they also have foot golf. So you could go kick a ball.
Nah. For $25, I can kick a ball down the road somewhere.
If you don't know how to golf, you could take golf lessons. And there's also an archery class at Fort Wilderness. No? Not hitting you, huh? How about laying by the pool, Dave? Could you lay by the pool?
I say take some time and lounge. That's one of my recommendations. Don't even go in the parks. Don't do anything. Just stay at your resort from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. Just say we're going to do a resort day, and that's all we're doing.
So
I
you can
totally think that's the
you can get cabanas at Walt Disney World. You can get cabanas at various resorts. Mandy, I reached out to Mandy because she has rented cabanas. The cabanas vary in price based. It's tier pricing based on time of year, the surge pricing. So a cabana could range from $50 for one of the patios at the Poly to $350 for one of the cabanas at Yacht and Beach. It just depends on when and where. So there's various prices. Swan and Dolphin have cabanas you can rent. Those run about $250. Cabanas are full day rentals. They no longer do half days, she told me to tell you. Contemporary, Grand Flow, Beach and Yacht. And then the Poly has patios, which are a little bit cheaper. And she said those run 50 to 100. Your cabanas are going to have padded furniture, ceiling fans, Bluetooth speakers, televisions. You're going to have a fruit tray. You're going to have a butler who comes and asks you what you want. You're going to have a mini fridge stocked with soda and complimentary sodas and waters. You might have a safe depending on where you are. So as you see, the different resorts offer different things depending on where you are and so what you get. So
Amanda said she's done the multiple resort only days at Christmas, and it was wonderful.
But
just
she
missed the cabana though. She wanted a cabana.
Yeah. So cabana, Dave, cabana. One of the things my mom and I do whenever we go for Mother's Day is the spas. And this is pictures from Mandara Spa at the Dolphin. But also open now is the spa at the Grand Floridian. That is my least favorite spa on property. My favorite spa on property is not reopening. It's the spa, the Senses Spa at Saratoga. I love the Senses Spa at Saratoga. And apparently it is not reopening. I am not a fan of the spa at the Grand Flow because the waiting area, they have people waiting for their services in the same room of people who have had their services and are relaxing. So it's kind of like Grand Central Station. Maybe it's changed. I don't know. But when I went there, it was not relaxing because I had my massage and I'm laying in my lounge chair and somebody comes in and goes, Becky, I'm here for Becky, so it's not relaxing.
You lost your zen? Did you lost your zen?
Yes.
Namaste.
Yes. And so all the spas offer light refreshment, tea, some trail mix, some cucumber water. I love the spas at Disney, but I'm really upset about Saratoga closing. See, Scott, Oak Trail is walking only in 9 holes. In case you want to know anything else. Oh, that's about the other thing. So the last thing I want to talk about is something several of us have done now. It's called Capture Your Moment. It's a service that is an enhancement to your Photopass. It's now $79 for 20 minutes. They say it's for 8 people, but our friend Samantha did it at Epcot. Actually, I think it was Rebecca that did it at Epcot for Dapper Day. And she said they were pretty cool about a couple extra people jumping in a few of the pictures. Technically, it's for up to 8 people. It's a 20-minute photo session. They now do it at Epcot. They do it at all 4 parks now. We have done it at Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. Our friends now have added Epcot, and we are going to do Hollywood in June when we go. I was supposed to do Epcot with my mom last weekend. Did I make you cough? The pictures are amazing that they take. They give you attention. They make you look good. I mean, even a troll like me, Dave, I look amazing in these pictures.
I swear, stop saying that. I don't like when you say that. That's a beautiful
Veronica.
picture. 3 beautiful ladies.
They make it look like Veronica is in love with you, Dave.
Well, They captured that moment.
They make it look like you're a couple that calls each other when you're apart.
No, that right there tells no, we don't.
Look at Mike.
Nope.
Look at Mike. I've never seen him. These are all pictures from various parts, but this was Magic Kingdom. And the really cool thing about these pictures in the castle, inside Cinderella Castle, in front of the mosaic, was we had a photographer and an assistant, and the assistant's job was to push the crowd away and say, no, you can't walk this way, to make us like we were some Disney Channel stars or something. And then like people would get in line behind you, like they thought it was a photo pass for everyone. And the assistant would have to be, no. So it's like you're a VIP when you're getting your pictures taken. They did raise the price. When we started doing this, it was $50. When we did this one, it was $50. We signed up for this one very early on, right after they dropped the mask mandate. They were doing it with masks, which I thought was kind of like, I can't see spending extra money to have pictures taken. But this was like the weekend after they dropped the outdoor mask mandate. So we signed right up for it and got it. Magic Kingdom is the hardest one to book. I'll be honest with you. You should be on the computer 60 days in advance if you want to get Magic Kingdom. The other parks are a little bit easier to get. So these are my favorites. I love my girls. But anyway, so that was that. So now I'm going to tell you the things that have not opened. 90 something photos. Yeah, in 20 minutes. That's amazing. No, I'm going to tell you what hasn't reopened. Unavailable at this time: surfing activities, spas, salons, and the Harmony Barbershop, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, the Captain Hook Pirate Crew, the Perfectly Princess Tea Party, the Pirate Adventure Cruise, the Pirate Pals Fireworks Voyage, the Wonderland Tea Party, Backstage Magic, Behind the Scenes, the Magic Behind the Scenes Train Tour, the Marceline to Magic Kingdom Tour, that's Dave's tour, the World Showcase Destinations Discovered Tour, no afternoon tea in the Garden View Tea Room, no cake decorating at Amorette's, no Harambe Night Circle of Flavors, no dine with an animal specialist, no dining with an Imagineer at Citrico's or Hollywood Brown Derby, no early morning magic, no Fantasmic dining package. Well, there's no Fantasmic. No Festival of Lion King signature dining package, no Highway Around the Sky, no Jico wine tasting, no signature celebration at Cinderella's Royal Table. I don't even know what that is. No Tiffin's Talks, no Victoria Albert's Chef's Table, no Wonderland Tea Party at 1900 Park Fair, no there's no Fantasmic. No Frozen Ever After dessert party, no Pirates. You already said Pirates and Palace Fireworks View. No Star Wars fireworks dessert party. And no Path Less Travel Tour, no Behind the Scenes, no dining with an animal specialist, no Epcot Seas Adventures or Aquatours or Dive Quests or Dolphins. And the Starlight Safari is happening at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So I don't know why they have that on the list. Because that list came at the bottom of the list of all the Enchanted extras is that list of things that are not available. And the Starlight Safari actually is happening. But the Waiorama, I don't know how to say it, at Animal Kingdom is not happening. That's the one that has dinner at Jico after. So, it was CRT with fireworks. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that still hasn't opened yet, Dave.
A lot of stuff.
So I think you need
until you just read that all out. It's hard to believe that is all those are not open.
All that stuff is still not open. Yeah. So anything that you think you'd like to try? Anything you've seen? Any of the?
No, not so much.
So I just wasted a whole day's work because I was trying to give you ideas for things to try.
No, I will. We're going to be doing
you
some
were my
stuff.
audience tonight, Dave. All those other people, you were my audience. I was trying to convince you of something to try.
I really want to do the Segway tour. I think that would be fun.
Okay. I think you and Veronica should do it.
So there you go.
Will Veronica get on a Segway, do you think?
I'm not sure. She might. I think if she, she might be a little apprehensive at first, but I think once she,
Okay,
if
this
long
is
as
what
she
I
had
think needs to
forced
happen. I
Mm.
think next time the guys come, you and Travis and Andy and Scott and Daniel, you guys need to all, Rick Ford, you need to all go on a Segway tour. Just the
Mhm.
dudes. Dan
Okay.
Austin. I just pulled Dan Austin, and Dan Austin's coming
Okay, we can do
on
that.
the dudes
Yeah.
Segway tour.
Hey, we could stay all day over there in Fort Wilderness.
I think you
So
should.
I'm down with that. We could rent some golf carts and just drive around. Yeah, we could do all
Okay.
kind of stuff.
All right.
So
Well,
there you go.
Samantha wants to do all the things. Holly just got on the app and signed up for a lot of things. Rachel says you would love the Segways. So
Yeah, see, Scott, I think we should do it. I think we'd have fun. We might get kicked out, but I think we'd have fun.
I think you guys would probably be pre-gaming, and there might be a problem.
It might be a little problem. Could be a little problem there, mister.
With you in the Segways. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and tell us what enchanted extras you've done and which ones you'd like to try. And we will see you in 2 weeks with another live stream from the Disney Crush. Mickey Fowl will be in this place next week at this time. Dave, podcast, how was the sound on the podcast last night?
Oh, I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's good. And I had a little idea for a podcast. I was talking to Amanda Lamb and Tori Hunt at dinner during our last trip in Disney, and we started something. The topic came up about losing your kid in Disney, or could be adult, but losing somebody in Disney. And oh my gosh, so many stories between Amanda and Tori. So this is what I want to do. If you have a story about losing a kid in Disney, get in touch with us.
And we'll record
private
it.
Message us or something, and we'd love to record maybe your story. And then we're going to take all those stories and we're going to put them into a podcast.
Okay.
So,
and I have
a kid?
I have lost a kid at Disney. It was scary. It was scary. Yep. So yeah,
we'd love to hear those stories. I think it'd be fun. It'll be scary and funny. And
yeah, because I think we all found our kids in the end, so I think we could all
those things wrapped in together. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
I don't think any
so
of
if you
us
have a story, just let us know.
Have lost our kid and not found them at Disney. Yeah. So I think it all ended good.
Yeah. We've got some stories, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about Amanda because at dinner, I think Tori only had one story. I think we had one story, and Amanda had like 3 or 4 stories. And I was getting a little worried about that. I was like, God, how many more you got? Oh, I got another one. So anyway, it was fun.
All right.
Well, that's it. You can follow us on the Friends of the Disney Crush
please
our group, and also on Instagram at the _ Disney Crush.
Okay, David. So, I will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming.
See you on the Facebook.
See ya.